Welcome back to Pharaoh Iron and Customs. I'm Michael, and I have tried to record a video like 3 times. So kind of ran into some trouble with the bead roller. It should have gone out today, but I actually, because of the way the little H-bridge controller, I don't know if y'all can see how it's labeled. It's really confusing. So I hooked it up the way that I thought it should have been hooked up according to the way it's labeled. And well, I think I took out both the power supply and the H-bridge because I had it actually hooked up backwards. So if you look at how it is labeled, it looks like it says that the motor hot and negative are down here, and down here is the input. But it says ACN, if you can see that. So like I said, it was very confusing. I should have took it apart, but taking it apart, I totally destroyed the case on it. And if you'll look, I just want to focus please, focus. Alright, it is actually opposite of the way that it's labeled on the case. So if y'all go this route with those part numbers, I got these off of Fitzy's channel, these part numbers. I want to say they came from Amazon. And make sure you take apart the board and see how the board says it's supposed to be wired rather than how the case says it's supposed to be wired, because the case is wrong. So I did, like I said, the power supply will fire up, but it won't provide enough power if it trips out just as soon as you hook it to the winch. So I'm thinking that being hooked up backwards not only smoked. If I'd have realized it, I could have got away with just replacing the power supply. But I think when the power supply tripped out the first time, it probably took out the power supply. And then whenever I actually hooked the power supply to the battery, I mean the H-bridge to the battery, and or the speed controller. I say H-bridge because if you look at H-bridge, it's usually got a layout like this, and I cannot read any of those numbers, so I can't tell if it's a MOSFET or if it's a transistor. But this one's actually got, that's probably a power transistor right there, but then it's got 4, and that's your bridge. That's what controls the direction of the speed of the direction of your motor, and it probably is like cycling those with I'm assuming that's probably like a timer chip right there, and I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong on that, but like I said, so there's not going to be my video today. It does work. I did run it off of just straight battery. Kind of let down by that a little bit, but that's okay. So I'm not sure what's coming up next. I'm going to try my best for me to go and pick up the couple pieces of equipment I'm going to pick up. I've got to get the Volkswagen where it'll go out of the shop. So that means I got to cut the bottom of the I've got to cut the bottom of the apron off so that it can lay back out, because I think I'm going to just shoot some primer over all the bare metal and put it back in the, or just shoot a light coat of paint, keep it from rusting. Stick it back in the back building when we take Valerie's car out and carry it up to Glenn's house. And then we'll probably spend all week working on it. So I don't know if we're going to be able to get done, because I've actually got to I've got to build a skid, a little cart. And we're going to pick up that mill is what it is, and that thing weighs like 2,200 pounds. So So I'm planning on building something that I can roll on car tires so we can pick it up with Glenn's dovetail trailer and then just, you know, get home and drop it, even if we drop it out in the yard, so we can get it low enough. Of course, I think once we get the head turned down on the mill, I should be able to bring it in the 7-foot door off of his trailer without any problem. And now that I've got the chain link fence taken down in front of the shop, there won't be any problem back in the trailer right up to the shop door. So, got a lot going on this week. Probably won't get this done. I'm going to go on and get those 2 pieces reordered, sent to the house, and we'll try that again. And like I said, another thing that I was going to run into today that I wasn't going to be able to get this 100% wrapped up was I ended up getting a 12 by 12 electrical box from Lowe's. And when I got it, I was like, man, that is so huge. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I know Dave at Mad Ginger Customs has, I think, the part number for the box he used and for a 12 by 12 by 4, but 12 by 12 is way too big, and I'm going to do something different. So I don't know, I may build an actual sheet metal panel, and I'll have to get to the brake and make that. So the bead roller build is coming. I promise. We got to get it so we can get some other stuff done, so we can finish the floors and the Volkswagen. But some things that are going to be ahead of that. If we got a good window to get Valerie's car painted, you know, I'm gonna get that done. We need to get the mill. That is of absolute importance, because that's something that I promised myself for the last 10 to 15 years or more that was going to happen, and now there's a chance of it happening. So we're gonna make that happen. And if I got the Volkswagen in the other building, if I do move it over in the other building for right now, I may go ahead and pull the 50 back in here and finish that transmission adapter, or at least adapt the transmission to the motor, and go ahead and drop the flathead back in the 50 with the transmission behind it, so it will have kind of a home in the car on the other side of the shop. And I can go ahead and put I got the 2600 denominator 2 bags to go in there too, which will help get the back end of that car higher, because it's really low. But yeah, we got stuff to do. We are going to get back on the Volkswagen, but got to get Mama's car fixed. Got to get that mill, and you know, we're going to get there. It's life. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. You know, the more the channel grows, you know, I have no illusion. If we were able to get to the point where I could just do YouTube, I'd be tickled to death. But we're a long way off from that, and I'm just tickled to death that the few guys that comment every time I put a video. Thank you guys. That makes my day. It really does, and it doesn't matter what I post. You know, those guys usually comment, and like I said, I thank you very much for that. And anyway, that's it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Should be Sunday.